Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day or great evening, I guess, rather, depending on when you're watching this, because I publish it at 8 o'clock at night. Yeah, weird sidetrack note. Hi. I hope you've been doing well. We are going to be doing my reading wrap up for the month of April, and I do actually have some physical books. So that's fun. So we're just gonna jump right into it. The first book I read for the month of April was A Tempest of Tea. I read it through my library, so I didn't actually get to read my beautiful Fairy Loot edition, but it is gorgeous, and I'm really glad that that was the book for last month because I I loved this. So we've got a heist novel. We've got a heist. It's great. There's tea. There is political intrigue. There is vampires. I was bamboozled, first off. A couple of things got me. I do enjoy a good bamboozlement when I'm reading books. I get bored when I can predict them. So did good. So our main character is Archie, and then there's Jin. I really liked Archie. I really liked the way she was written. I There was a character I thought she like kind of reminded me of, and now it's gone. So I'm guessing that it wasn't really that. It was just like oh well, what about this? That would be funny. Um, but yeah, it is again my goddamn favorite trope, found family. I am such a sucker for found family. Um, and it was just great. There is a moment where it ties into we hunt the flame and we free the stars. There's a little tiny tidbit of another character. So if you read those like me and then you see it, you go, ooh. I had to Google it to make sure that I wasn't totally losing my mind. But it's really good. I'm sad it's a duology only because I wanted more. I was very upset at the book ending, and I was like, please no, I I need more. Like immediately. Like inject it into my veins, directly into my brain if you have to, but like I need more. So, yeah, that rambling. That is A Tempest of Tea. I'm a scatterbrain. I apologize. Next we have The Gilded Wolves. I started the month with a little bit of a heist theme. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is as far as I am going because this is published by Wednesday Books, and again, we are in the boycotting of SMP. Still haven't spoke up. Again, I will link the Instagram and website. Probably just the website. I think they just have the same thing on Instagram. But I will post the website that talks about that and how you can also support the boycott if you would like to. Um, but yeah, so maybe at a later date when SMP gets their life together, we'll talk more about the Gilded Wolves. Next is my moving the books out of there so I don't drop them. Is my one of the two worst books that I read this month, and I was really disappointed. It is The Priory of the Orange Tree. So sad. I So what do we've got in this book? We have dragons. We have worms, wyverns, rather, excuse me. Yes, something like that. There is political intrigue. There is espionage. I just. There's also a little bit of a sapphic romance in there, which I love to see that. We love to see the representation. But guys, I was bored. This 800-page beast, this was a chore to get through. And I just kept pushing because I was like, you know what? So many people speak so highly of this book. I was like, maybe there's just got to be a specific part I get to. Maybe there's got to be that one thing, And it just never came. And then the end fight felt like it was 2 pages. There was too many point of view switches. I felt like we were spread out too much and I wasn't getting enough of like one section of the story. So I don't know. I'm disappointed. I do have a friend that has this on her TBR, so I will be rehoming this to her and maybe she'll find that she really enjoys it and this book will get a nice new home. Because look at it, it's not no spine crack, nothing. It's beautiful. It's still basically brand new. But yeah, it's just supposed to be, Queen is the reason why the big baddie has been locked away for 1,000 years, and through a lot of mishaps and things, you find out that's not the case, and everything is just a little bit more fucked than we thought. So yeah, that is the Priory of the Archtree. I missed one in between Tempest of Tea and the Gilded Wolves. I read Till Death by Miss Miranda Lynn. There is a whole arc video of me talking about this book. Please go buy it. Or if you have Kindle Unlimited, please go borrow it from Kindle Unlimited. It was so good. Friend and strangers to friends to lovers, it's all of it. And then the found family. I cried. Yes, I will link the video somewhere around here. There will be the link to it. Go watch it. Learn all about Till Death. All right. And then also, I read One for My Enemy by Olivie Blake. I have never read anything by Olivie Blake before. I didn't read the Atlas 6. I literally picked up One for My Enemy because my favorite booktuber, Carrie Can Read, just loved this book so much, and I usually really like a lot of the things that she recommended. I hate Romeo and Juliet retellings. Not a big Shakespeare person. Like, he annoys me as a reader. I can't explain it. Don't ask. Please just accept this knowledge. But I still read it. I read it because the idea behind it was so cool. It was like the folktale of Baba Yaga. And, oh, there's a Luna. That's my boyfriend's cat. She's old and very grumpy. Immediately getting sidetracked. So, it's these witches who are making money, doing the thing, live in the modern world more so, and eventually kind of get into drug dealing. Like, it's suspicious. Then you have your other family, who's the idea is that he's the god of death. He's not really. And his sons and his son and her daughter fell in love. Da-da-da. Romeo and Juliet retelling. There was a lot of interesting points. I don't know. I think I gave it, what did I give it? I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Like, it was fine. It did not blow me away. Like, I was not like, oh my god, I need to buy a physical copy about this. I need a rant about it. I was just like, okay, we're cool. So it's just, I don't even know how to describe it, except it really just almost to the T Romeo and Juliet retelling. Not like kind of inspired and it leans away from it. Nah, like it just is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. So yes, that would be One for My Enemy by Olivie Blake. All right, so then we finally did it, folks. We got Fourth Wing done. Finally did the goddamn thing. I have a whole little reading vlog, which I don't know if I really liked that format. I might need to change it up. But anyway, we all know the plot. Violet is supposed to be a scribe. Her mama says, no, you're gonna be a dragon rider, or try to be a dragon rider. Her mom says, no, you need to be a rider. Your brother was a rider. Your sister's a rider. I'm a general or a lieutenant. She's high up on the food chain. I can't remember the details. But my notes. Her mom is a bitch and needs to be hit with a cast iron frying pan. Like, the way she treats her daughter is infuriating to me. Her sister Mira has good intentions for her, but just doesn't quite hit the mark. Dane, my favorite part of my whole reading blog is just it goes across the screen. It says Dane is a whole ass bitch because he is. He says he cares about Violet, and all he does is talk down to her and try to tell her what she cannot do, rather than trying to believe in her and actually help her and try to do things that are beneficial to her surviving. He just is like, no, I'm gonna get you out, and not hearing her when she's like, you do not understand. Like, my mother will just drag me back even if you get me out and I go to try to do, excuse me, even if they get her out to go to be a scribe, her mother will drag her back. Like, there is no escaping this fate. She either survives and becomes a writer or she dies, and like that's all her mom cares about. um uh, Xaden is, listen, I love me a good well-written villain boy, okay? Like, you're my headphone wire is just escaping. You're talking to a girlie who like immediately loved Rhysand and Akatar when he showed up. You know, like, yes, good, excellent. And I'm trying to see, what did I specifically, I talked to my friend Sarah, and we were, well, I was giving her live reactions. Where was it? Ah, here we go. Got it. Yeah. Don't like Dane. Sorry, I know we got through that, but I just had to remind you in case you forgot. No. So, Xaden. That's what we're Xaden. Xaden. I I just didn't think he was interesting. Like the um don't don't let me like you. I can't. I'm blah blah blah. I'm gonna kill you. And just kidding. I can't because I'm attracted to you. I don't know. It felt very forced. I don't really care for it. I just don't really care for the romance of it in general. I'm like, I could do without it. Best characters of the whole book: Liam, who deserved better, 100%, and my boy Taran. That dragon is written the best. Give me the oversized sassy just cat, because dragons are basically just cats with wings. He's so damn sassy. And I mentioned this specifically. I'm pulling up the picture of it because I took a picture for my reading vlog video. I got so soft at him. So he's talking to Violet, and it's the scene. This is the spoiler. This is the scene where they have the harness on him so that she can, like, the harness seat, so she can actually safely stay on him while she's flying. It says, just because your body is built differently than others doesn't mean you don't deserve to keep your seat. And, you know, she says, she's like, basically is like, she doesn't want to have any handicaps or whatever. And he's like, no, no, no. It's like it's not for you, it's for me. And it's just so sweet. I don't know. I just really loved him. I would just love a book about dragon adventures. Just hanging out with him. Honestly. I do plan on reading Iron Flame because at the end of the book we get the biggest goddamn cliffhanger, the biggest surprise, and your girl has to know. I have to know what's going on. I will unfortunately not be getting to it for the month of May. Well, maybe possibly. We have a lot of arcs to get through, so May is specifically going to be dedicated to reading arcs as far as like novels go. But yeah, so that was Fourth Wing. I get the hype though. I understand why all the girlies lose their mind. It's not for this lady right here. All right, back to it. Then, okay, here we go. I read the worst book. I have never, or I don't usually rate books as a 1 star. I've given books like a 2, Usually it's like a 2.5. This got a full-on one. So this is called The Sunflower Stone by Cynthia Scala. So the idea behind this book, you're following our main girl, our main character. And she's having these like weird fucked up dreams, right? Like things like her sleep, it's just not right. Her best friend, who she's madly in love with, he makes her go to a doctor. They say, wow, yeah, your sleep, your brain, things are just weird, but we can't tell why. They say you should go to this study so they can monitor you while you sleep and see all these different things that are going on. And before she gets to it, we get the big hurrah. We get the why is this happening? It's because of a very specific thing. What annoys me about this book is this main character, she is supposed to be a college student. And she's treating everything as if she was a middle schooler. I don't know how to describe it other than that. I hated this, quite frankly. The idea behind it, which we'll just go into spoilers. So the whole thing is that her uncle is trying to kill her. How you ask? Through her dreams? Because she is the princess of REM, like the REM sleep cycle. Yeah, that's a thing. And she has inside of her what they call is the sunflower stone, like this big stone of power. Uncle murdered her dad, wanted the stone. Dad put the stone in her. Brother said, take my sister away to the best friend who is from there and has known that because they grew up in a like a group home because she thought she was an orphan. But it's just like it was so bad I can't even remember the names of any of the characters. And so she goes to this study. She meets the doctor and then ends up getting involved with him, and they like have sex in her dreams, and he's like, oh yeah, I remember that happening. Like it was so strange. I don't know. It was like watching somebody be lit on fire and then repeatedly run into a building that was on fire. Not to save anybody, not just because. Like they didn't know where they were going. Like there was a bucket of water here and the building that's on fire is here. And they were like, let me just run into the building that's on fire. So I cannot in good consciousness recommend this book. Like not at all. Please skip it. I think it's going to be on Kindle Unlimited. And that is the only way I would recommend it is if you did not have to pay money for this. Because if I had to pay money for this book, I would have been really pissed, quite frankly. So yeah, the Sunflower Stone. Not worth it. Then lastly, one of the two I talked about in another ARC review video where I gushed about it. So the first one I read was Bloodfeather Lullaby by Amber L. Wern. And then I read Bloodfeather Heart Song, which is an ARC, and it is book 2. So Bloodfeather Lullaby. It is a fantasy. We're going on a journey. We're following our main character, Violet. She's 20 years old. Like, she's just a wee little thing. And this journey she's going on, you find out really quickly, so it's not a spoiler. It's like in her destiny. Her mom had a vision, went to a witch, had a vial of potion or something, and boom, was like, oh, my daughter is gonna have to go out on this crazy adventure and I can't go with her. Like, she needs to do this without, just like me or her father. And Violet is jazzed. Like, she grew up on a farm. Like, there's not that many. And she wants excitement because there used to be magic in her land. Her parents were mages. And so she's like, they had adventure. I want that too. Her adventure buddy is her Uncle Knox, who has, I cannot remember the name of the type of, it's supposed to be a big scary cat whose name is Flint. And they're what they call bond mates. So, like, they can communicate telepathically. They get boons. Like, if you play games, think of Hades, where you get boons from the gods. It's kind of something like that. It's only one boon. But Knox is a special case, and he has had many different bond mates. He's just able to make those connections. So he's kind of like, he's a rare creature. And so they go off on their adventure. We meet an islander who's also, another character. He's from an islander. His name's Ryan. He's also going on an adventure. And it's not clear why. Like, you see him, he's going through all these hardships to find silver, and it's not explained why he wants it, but he's trying to get this meeting with like his people's like god, or what they treat as a god. And so you've got these three ragtag folks following a little map, and it's just, I can't give away more. It's like I can't talk about it because I enjoyed it so much that I will spoil things. But yeah, that is Bloodfeather Lullaby, Bloodfeather Heart Song. There will be a link to a video that I did talking more about that. And yeah, that was my month. I hit my goal of 9 books for the month. I'm at 36 books out of 50 for my goal for the year. So I'm really proud of that. I've really been like sticking to my guns and reading things and not letting the bad brain days win. Because, it do be happening. Let me know what you read this month. Have you read any of those? Do any of them sound interesting and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna pick that up when it comes out. I will also have, I think the only arc that I talked about that I have that is not out is Bloodfeather Heart Song. So I will also, underneath the cover, I will put the date that it comes out. And yeah, we had a good month, and I'm gonna be reading lots of arcs for May. So wish me luck. I think I'm gonna try to read some more manga. So we might have a book video about manga at some point this month. But yeah, let me know what you read last month. Did you read any of these books? How'd you feel about them? Was I wrong about the Priory of the Orange Tree? Like, that's the one. I need some guidance, friends. So, but yes, that is our April wrap up. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your week, and go to drink some water. Remember, we're all weird giant plants. Bye!